Hello and welcome back to our new session and start of a new mini journey in our overall quest of trying to master geometry. And our today's agenda is going to be similarities. So we have already looked at a lot of basic theorem and properties of triangles, etc. And we have also very deeply looked at congruence. So we understood what congruence was. Not only that, we used it as a tool to derive so many other theorems regarding isosceles triangles, regarding circles and chords and more, right? So similarity is going to be another such important tool for us. So I suggest that you go deep and try and understand it very well, because again it will be used a lot in the future, right? So let's get started and first of all try and understand what similarity means in terms of the real world applications. And it's a very common concept. It is basically scaling down of the shape, right? So you might have seen this in model making. You want to make a model of the bridge. Obviously you cannot make the same bridge as big, right? Because a real bridge is going to be very, very big. So what you will do is you will take the whole shape and scale it down. So it is going to look similar, but the size is going to be different, right? So that is the first difference that you can notice between congruence and similarities. When we were speaking of congruence, we noticed that the triangles or the shapes were identical to each other, not only in shape but also in size. In similarities, we are thinking of the same shape but not the same size. Another simple application in the real world would be the idea of blowing up posters or photos. So you have a small photo and you can make a big photo out of it as long as all the sides and all the measures are proportional to each other. We'll get into the idea of proportionality in a bit. But the first idea is that when I say two figures are similar to each other, what I'm saying is that their shape is similar or identical, but their size may or may not be so, right? Let's say thinking of triangles specifically, I have a triangle and the sides are x, y and z. And I say I want to make a copy of this triangle, but I want to make a bigger copy. And I multiply everything by 2. You can also think of this as doubling the triangle in terms of size. So I create a new triangle which looks very similar to the old triangle. So 2x, 2y and 2z. So this is the basic idea involved, that everything, all the sides got multiplied by the same thing and you have a bigger, the idea being scaled up or down. And the moment you notice this, you also notice that the angles have to be identical to each other. And if I multiply x by 2, that means I have to multiply all possible sides by 2, right? Because you could also be thinking of other kinds of shape and you make a bigger such shape, right? And if I notice this much, I also notice the mathematical interpretation. Another way of looking at it would be x upon 2x, x upon 2x is equal to y upon 2y, y upon 2y is equal to z upon 2z. It is the same as saying all the sides have the same multiplying factor. Going from one figure to this figure, all the sides had to be multiplied by 2. Or going from this figure to this figure, all the sides had to be multiplied by half, because this triangle is going to be half of this triangle. This triangle is double this triangle. So I hope the idea is getting a little more clear to you. We are talking about blowing up, scaling down, etc. So two figures are similar to each other when they have the same shape but not the same size. The thing that I can notice is all the corresponding sides ratio, these ratios are equal to each other. This is nothing but saying that all the sides should be multiplied by the same thing to get to here, or vice versa in another form. So this ratio is going to be equal to each other. So this is my starting point of similarities. I can say two triangles are similar to each other when all the corresponding angles are equal and the ratio of corresponding size is the same. What this ratio is not very important, because it could be 3. In this case, when I figure out this ratio, this will come out as 1 by 2, right? But what this ratio is not important. If you multiply the whole thing by a, everything is scaled up by a, or everything is scaled down by 1 by a, the idea would remain the same, that if you find this ratio, this ratio is going to be the same, this ratio is going to be the same, because if you want to keep the figures same in shape but different in size, you will have to multiply each side by the same number. So writing this a little more formally, if I say triangle PQR is similar to triangle ABC, and once again, just like congruence, the correspondence is going to be equal. So it is important that you write the triangles in the right manner. But if I write it like this, right, what does it mean? That PQ and AB, the ratio of PQ and AB is going to be the same as the ratio of QR and BC, QR upon BC, and finally the ratio of PR upon AC. And angle P is going to be equal to angle A, angle Q is going to be equal to angle B, angle R is going to be equal to angle C. So if I have these two results, that all the corresponding angles are equal and the ratio of corresponding sides is also equal, I can definitely say that the two triangles are similar to each other, this being the sign for similarity. And obviously I can look at this result in a backward manner also. If somebody tells me that these two triangles are mathematically similar, I can thus conclude that this is going to be true and this is going to be true. And again, just like congruence, how will it work like a tool? Because in, let's say in problem solving, nobody is going to give us this whole picture. People are going to tell us part of the story, that maybe you will know one of the ratios is equal, no information is given about the third one, and maybe you can see one of the angles is equal or two angles are equal. So with limited information, what can you say about similarities of triangles? That is where the fun is going to be, because you will spot a figure, you will spot that the two angles are equal and maybe there is a ratio in the sides, and you will be able to conclude that the two triangles are similar, and therefore this will open up for you. And you will be able to use this to create equations or solve a problem or derive a theorem and more. So write this down somewhere. When we are thinking of two triangles, the ratio of corresponding sides and is going to be equal, and the angles are corresponding angles are also going to be equal to each other.